So I will request Henrik and Stefan that first introduce yourself and then start with a small presentation, and then we will take questions. Mainly our session today is about the questions. There are most of the students today we have with us are admitted students in Linnaeus University, and they have many practical questions, especially when every day we get a new rumor about the classes and something about accommodations and about the campus, either it is open or closed. And basically students get confused when they listen about the classes about like other countries, UK, Australia. So they think that everything in the world is same. So I will request Stefan and Henrik to take over.
Sure, we will gladly do. So let me just share a little PowerPoint here. If you haven't made me as a co-host, Junaid, please do. And while I'm just, let's see here.
Make host, yes. So you are a host now.
Perfect, as it should be. Let's see, and then I will just share this short PowerPoint here. There we go. Oh, sorry, just forgot that there is also sound, so I would like to optimize that. There we go. Can you see my PowerPoint now, all of you?
No, your emails.
My email, here we go, there we go.
Yeah, now the PowerPoint.
Okay.
Now it's
and then back to the email.
Again,
I tried to just keep it on the screen. Now we see here.
Mm-hmm.
So, Linnaeus University, very warm welcome, obviously, to all of you who has become students at Linnaeus University. And first of all, obviously, a short presentation about who of us are here speaking. So it's me, Stefan Haglund. I work as a communication strategist regarding international student recruitment, and with me, my colleague Henrik Edlund, who works as a communications officer within the same area. You see our contact information if there is something you would like to contact us regarding afterwards. So what we will talk about, well, very shortly, some words about Sweden. My guess is that you all already has read a lot about Sweden. Still, just some brief things. Some words about Linnaeus University, obviously. Hopefully you already know a lot about that also, since you have applied and become admitted. And also, last of everything, practical information about going to Sweden, tuition fees and everything. Housing, a little bit. So, brief facts about Sweden. Population 10 million, capital Stockholm, top list within innovation, safety, democracy, human rights, environmental friendly, and gender equality. Very strong Swedish values that you will learn a lot about when being in Sweden and being a student in Sweden. Famous companies that I think that you have heard about: IKEA, H&M, Ericsson, Volvo, Spotify, Skype. So why do I mention that? Well, as you saw, Sweden is a country of 10 million, and we have all of these huge multinational companies and also a lot of famous innovations. So speaking about innovation, that is for sure something that you will learn a lot about being a student at Linnaeus University and in Sweden in general. If you want to learn more about these kind of things, have a look at Swedish Institute web pages, both Study in Sweden, but studyinsweden.se, but also se.se. And now a short film here about Linnaeus University. Sorry, it seems like I did a small mistake here. I'm just gonna change what I'm sharing, and then I will show the film. Here we go. Keep the constant changing of what you are sharing and everything means that you should have learned this by now, but it seems so. Here you go. Can you see my PowerPoint now?
Yes.
Perfect. Then a short film just about Linnaeus University and being a student here.
Stefan, it's not the full screen. We see part of it.
Constant this type of problems. Desktop 2, optimize. There we go then. Now you see full screen, don't you?
Yeah, now we see full screen.
Yes, that was just a short, some short pictures from the campus and the life at Linnaeus University that you all will be part of very soon, hopefully. So just a small reputation about Linnaeus University. We are a rather young university when it comes to being Linnaeus University, but we have an older history if you look at the two campuses, Växjö and Kalmar. So we became Linnaeus University in 2010 through a merger. So we have about 45,000 students all together when you count somebody studying everything from a short course to a full program. But obviously, when you look at full-time students, it's a smaller number. So it means around 15,000 students studying daily basis, you could say, or weekly basis on campus. That makes us the 6th largest university in Sweden. That's rather big, obviously, for being in Sweden. 2,000 employees. We are ranked both on the Shanghai ranking, on the Times Higher Education ranking. So you will find us there among the 800 to 900 on the Shanghai ranking out of 17,000. So generally, education both in Sweden and obviously at Linnaeus University are stable and good. And that's obviously mainly based on that all education in Sweden on higher education level is publicly funded. University where everything is possible. We try to market ourselves as, due to that we are a broad university with a little bit of everything. 50 programs taught in English, around 2,000 international students. So you will for sure as international student not feel alone. And due to that we are dual language spoken university, everything will be in English that you meet during your studies. So no need of Swedish whatsoever. 2 campuses, as we already described, Kalmar and Växjö. Kalmar, totally new environments, and Växjö, a more campus, a little bit older, but still very new facilities. South of Sweden, which means that the closest international airport actually is Copenhagen. So it takes about 2.5 to 3.5 Växjö and Kalmar by train. So we generally tell our students that go through Copenhagen rather than Stockholm. Copenhagen is the capital of Denmark, but it's still closer to the south of Sweden than Stockholm. And also it's better connections between the cities. Why Linnaeus University? Well, hopefully all of you have already understood that this is the best option, but you will obviously have a very high quality of life, very safe cities with high living standard. You will meet a very informal teaching style, which for sure will learn you a lot, both from your teachers, but also from your friends. So this kind of teaching style, I would say, underblows and helps curiosity, creativity, and critical thinking, which is very important to make you grow as a person. Highly praised environments, I already mentioned. Very nice campus in Växjö, very green campus, and also totally new facilities in Kalmar. Shanghai ranking, already mentioned also, large community of international students, as you saw, around 2,000 of them. Bigger part of them study in Växjö, due to that there where we have most of our international programs. Very active student lives you will also meet both in Växjö and Kalmar. Due to that we are a big university, there is a lot of happenings around the student union and also in the society generally for students happening. Creativity, innovation, sustainability, equality and diversity, very strong Swedish values that you will learn more about being a student in Sweden. So that was the quick presentation about Sweden and Linnaeus University. And now Henrik, my colleague here, will take you further when it comes to the practical information that I think most of you are interested in, being new students at Linnaeus University.
Okay, thank you, Stefan, and thanks for the good introduction to start with. I will also introduce a little bit more on the practical information now when you have been admitted to Linnaeus University, and I will tell you a little bit more about what to expect now. So to start with, I would like to say that due to the pandemic and the COVID-19 situation, the university have decided to have offer everything digitally during the autumn semester of 2021. So the programs you are admitted to will be taught completely online. There is a few exceptions, and that is the master program in chemistry and the master program in English language and literature. Those will be taught on campus. For everyone else, this autumn semester will be taught online. However, we will still keep our campus open and our facilities will still be accessible. So for everybody who wants to come to Sweden and have the experience of studying in Sweden and studying in our campus, it's absolutely possible to travel to Sweden and start your studies at the campus. You can go to the library, you can use our group rooms and everything else available in the university. So you can still go to Sweden if that's the plan. Yeah, even all services around it, like the student union and the students' office and everything like that, is open, and it's possible to get in touch with them as well. So if we go on and talk a little bit about, let's say that you would like to come to Sweden, how about housing then? Because there is some changes in housing, and I think maybe it's better to change to I share screen instead of Stefan. Stefan, can I take over here?
Sure. Let me stop share then, and then you can take.
Junaid, can you make me a host as well so I can share screen?
Now Stefan can make it because I have no rights anymore. He's the boss here.
I'm the boss. Let's make sure. There we go. Change host.
Okay. Thanks. So let's see. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, practical information for admitted students.
Yeah, perfect. So then we go on here. And let's see here for housing. Yeah, for housing this year, you have to sign up for the housing queue in order to collect points. And when you have enough points, you can get the housing. It's no housing guarantee, but due to the pandemic, it seems to be quite a lot of housing available. But you have to be out early and you have to be quick in signing up in the housing queue if you're planning to come and study on the campus or studying in Sweden. Since we have two campuses, there is different queues. So if you're studying in Kalmar, you can see the link here, kalmarhem.se, or if you're studying in Växjö, boplats.växjö.se. We will also share this PowerPoint after presentation, so you will get the PowerPoint and you can follow the links afterwards. Yeah. And standing in the queue is not enough. You also have to actively look for rooms, dorms, etc., and apply for the ones you want. So sign up in the housing queue and be active in finding a student dorm that you're interested in and that you want to have. Except for a house, you also need to get the residence permit to be able to go to Sweden. If you're coming from outside of EU, which I guess that most of you are, you have to apply for a residence permit to study in Sweden. It seems like at least everyone who's studying more than 1 year, so everyone who's studying 2-year programs or 3-year programs, they will be able to get a residence permit even if the studies is online. For the 1-year programs, there is new rules and regulations that got out this week that we're trying to interpret, but it looks like even the 1-year students can get a residence permit and go to Sweden as well. So yeah, most of you can apply for a residence permit and go to Sweden. And a commonly asked question right now is, can I apply for a residence permit now and then wait until maybe the spring and go? And yeah, it's okay if you have got the residence permit, you can wait. Usually if you have a 2-year program, you will get the 2-year residence permit, and then you can wait for 6 months, study online for the first semester and then go for the second semester. It's no problem.
So that's as you said, Henrik, that's a rather positive change from what we had last year, and that makes it most probably possible for everybody to come to Sweden if they prefer. And also that means that you can basically decide during the semester when you want to travel to Sweden, because since everything is distance learning, it's no matter whether you are in Sweden or not for our sake, but for your sake, if you want to come to Sweden, that is most possible. So it's a very good change, and we are obviously very glad of it because it makes it very flexible for all students.
Yeah, so as Stefan said, it's a good change, and most of you can apply for a residence permit even if the courses are taught online. When you apply for a residence permit, you need insurance, and you have a FAS insurance issued already when you pay the tuition fee. So after you pay the tuition fee, you have a basic medical insurance that is enough to apply for a residence permit. You can find the information about the insurance on your notification of selection results. So there you can find the information, and that is what they need when they are asking for insurance at the application for residence permit. You have to note though that the insurance is only covering the student himself. It do not cover any family members. So if you're planning to bring family members, you need to buy an insurance for your family members. And the insurance only is emergency medical insurance. It doesn't cover anything else. So it might be worth thinking if you need to buy an extra insurance as well. So if we go on to the tuition fee and scholarship, every student that is non-EU citizen have to pay tuition fee, and the tuition fee differs depending on what program you are admitted to, and you will see that in the notification of result as well, where you can see the price that you have to pay for the program that you're admitted to. You will have to order an invoice to be able to pay it, and you will get an email later on with first one email with instructions on how to order your invoice, and then you will get a one-time code for the tuition fee portal where you log in, and there you can download your invoice. Yeah, and we will send this out. So if you haven't got the emails in a few weeks, you can email IT support and ask for your invoice as well. Yeah.
Probably most of you should have got that already, because I know that it's timed in the system that 3 days after you were admitted, you should have got the invoice email and everything. So as Henrik said, If you haven't got everything a couple of days after you order the invoice, or first of all, if you haven't got the first email, contact the tuition fees at lnu.se regarding that. And if you have ordered the tuition fee and haven't got it a couple of days after, let's say a week, then you can contact them.
Yeah. And remember to pay the tuition fee as soon as possible. The last day to pay is May 17. And it was something, yeah, better pay as soon as possible, and you have to pay for the full amount for the first semester, especially if you're applying for a residence permit. Then you have to be able to show that you have paid the full amount for the full semester. So I think that that's most of what we will talk about now. If you want to find more information about us, you can find us online or on Facebook, Instagram, or we also have a chat where you can go in and chat with students that is studying at the university right now, where you can get more of an understanding of what's going on and how it is to study at Linnaeus University during a pandemic, or if you have any specific student-to-student question, you can go in and chat with the students. So except for that, I think that now me and Stefan will hand over to you, and we will try to answer all the questions you might have regarding your studies or whatever questions you might have.
Yeah, most of the things, the commonly asked question you have already addressed about the housing and the online classes. Just to make it clear, what I understood is from the slides is that if your admission is if your classes are online, even it is online, you are eligible to apply for a residence permit. And
Exactly.
the new law which they have changed, the new exemption basically they have made because of this COVID, is that if last year we have seen if you have a study at least 50 or above 50% on campus, then migration worker has decided to be study on campus. But this year they have made this exemption that if even your study is less than 50% on campus, then you are eligible to apply.
Yeah, that's correct. That even students that is studying less than 50% on campus can apply for residence permit. Yeah.
Is there any housing from the university as well for families?
No, we don't offer anything from the university. So you better go to the website that we suggested there, and there is also other websites online where you can apply and find family housing, and there is housing for families, but you have to apply for them and be active yourself to be able to get it. So use the links and stand in the queue, and you can get one. But be out early. The earlier the better. So try to hurry up and sign up, stand in the queue as early as possible.
Yeah, especially now since everything been distance learning, that means that less students, Swedish students also, have been active on the housing market. So I know that it's been a little bit better situation regarding finding housing on campus during the last year. And as I said, this is due to that a lot of students have chosen to study distance learning. Due to that, everything has been that. But for the coming autumn, actually the national student will be studying on campus, all of them, and it's only the international program that will be partly given distance learning. So that means that the pressure towards the housing market will increase a lot, and therefore it's very important that you all now are very active in this early stage, because international students, you get your admission letters in March, April, while the Swedish student will get it in July. So until July now is a good period of finding housing. After that, there will be a mess on the housing market.
Can you, Henrik, can you mute, like, because I don't have rights to mute anyone. You are admin at the moment.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Now you muted Junaid.
Yeah, you muted me.
Yeah, sorry, I muted all. But no, yeah.
Yeah, so what I said about housing, be active on the housing market. It's very important in this stage now to be.
And there is also a very one misconception that there is a travel ban to Sweden. Basically, the travel ban is for tourists. The students don't have this kind of restriction. They got residence permit. They don't have only traveling document to visit. So because on the embassy website, they have also mentioned it that there is a travel ban to Sweden, but it doesn't apply on students, as we have seen is last year that it was a travel ban, but student arrived here.
Yeah. So, but obviously we can never say exactly how the situation will be in the autumn regarding re-entering and everything, but it looks very positive as it is now, at least.
And if you guys have any question and you are not finding appropriate words, you can ask me in Urdu and I can translate it as well for you. Because
write it in the chat also. It's also perfectly fine.
Okay. Yeah, because when we have this, when we have declared this session that we are going to have with Stefan and Henrik, we have might be hundreds of questions. And most of the questions are about the online classes and will they be eligible to apply for the residence permit or not.
Yep.
But I think as in the slides, it's most of the things Henrik has already covered. So might be most of the students got their answers.
Yeah, I can understand that be obviously been a big issue regarding getting residence permit or not based on the distance learning. And so glad news the other day here when the Board of Migration changed the policy for this year.
Yeah. There is a hand raised from Muhammad Ammar, sorry.
Yes, sir. I have a question that kindly clarify the one thing. The course is conducting online, and which students is eligible for the residence permit?
Everyone.
And
right
how can I check? How can I check that in which course I enrolled myself, and so I am eligible for the residence permit or not?
All programs which are on campus formally teaching will be okay for applying for residence permit now, no matter whether it's a 1 year or 2 year program. Even if just the general policy right now is that we give it distance learning, as long as it's formally said in the program information that it's a campus education, then it's okay to apply for residence permit. If the program would be a distance learning program formally, then it's not okay for residence permit. But all education which is formally stated on the program pages, in the admission letters, that it's campus teaching, then it's okay to apply for residence permit.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So I think we have discussed all the basic questions about the housing and about the residence permit and the classes online. We have decided to have it a very short and brief of 30 minutes. And we are happy that we have covered all the topics within time. And if you guys have any questions, Henrik and Stefan has already shared your email address, or you can ask us all the questions or relevant questions mostly. So thank you very much, Henrik and Stefan, for your time and giving us visa police student coming in to explain the applied the study visa and any course the classes are still on. The same. I think the same question is coming again and again.
Apply for study visa in any course. Are the class still online and secondary students will apply? As I said, most all programs will be teaching online during the autumn semester, but campus is open, library is open, so you're most welcome to come here. And also the Board of Migration, they have changed the policy regarding applying for residence permit. So if a program formally is on campus, even though it will be distance learning during the autumn, it's okay to apply for residence permit for that semester also. So you are all most welcome to Sweden from the autumn semester, and you can apply for residence permit.
It is the question asked the third time, the same thing. Yeah, basically there are a lot of rumors around in the market that if there is classes are online, you will not get a residence permit. So students are very scared that if they are gonna apply, because they have experienced this in other countries, that they are sitting in Pakistan for like 1.5 years now, and still waiting for to travel and join the campus. There is always a glory to go into the campus.
Yeah, and this was true last semester, but this semester it's different.
And it is
Yeah.
only, there is one more question. Entire program is online now, or just the first semester?
It's just the first semester that is online. So hopefully, if everything goes as planned, and right now the vaccine is being rolled out quite quickly in Sweden at the moment. So hopefully in the spring semester, everybody can be back and study. Of course, we cannot look into the future and see how it will turn out, but we're positive, and we think that the second semester of your programs will be on campus in Sweden.
And if you don't believe my and Henrik's word, you can read the news from the board migration itself. So I just send the link in the chat here that they are changing.
Stefan, I promise we have in Pakistan we have a very different psychology. We don't believe in text, we believe in words. So what you said is more like valuable as compared to the text. And can we apply scholarship in second semester?
No, not from second semester, but from second year.
Okay, so before this, then another guy asked for that the classes are online or not. I think we should thank you for your time and for this information. We have recorded this, and we will upload it on Facebook as well, so anyone can go back and like get all the information again if they haven't joined it. So
Yes.
the same thing, same questions. Thank you very much, Stefan. Thank you very much, Henrik. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
the day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.